Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this very cute and easy granny square. So is this a very beginner crochet friendly pattern? I'm not sure. If you're an absolute beginner who just knows how to do a double crochet, single crochet, and flights, I don't know if you want to be doing this. However, if you're very confident, then I want to dare you to give it a go. So if you prefer a written pattern, then I have this for free on my website. Or if you prefer to have a PDF pattern, so you don't have to keep coming back to this if you're making a few of these, then you can grab the PDF version in my Ravelry or my other shops just for $2. So without further ado, if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe so that you can join us on the other project that I'm going to be using to make this granny squares with. Otherwise, let's get into the tutorial. So we're going to start by making a magic ring. An alternative, if you don't know how to make a magic ring, you're just going to yarn over, make a slip knot, and chain 3 or 4, depending on the yarn that you're using. I'll just chain 3. And then you're going to slip stitch into that first chain that you made, just like so. So when you do that, you have made a little hole right there at the center. Let me just hold it nice. And then into that little hole, so right there at the center right here, that's where you're going to be working your stitches. That's if you cannot make a magic ring. Personally, I honestly prefer making a magic ring. So to make a magic ring, I just like to loop my yarn. So I use 3 fingers, just like so. And then, okay, let me do that again. With my 3 fingers, so you see that short tail right there. I will loop my yarn and put it over there. So I insert my hook underneath and hook that longer tail, so the working yarn. I'll hook it and pull it through, just like so. So we're going to start by making a chain of 3. 1, 2, and 3. And that chain of 3 is going to count as our first stitch. So what we're doing in the first round is placing a total of 16 double crochets in sets of 2. And after 2 double crochets, we'll separate by chain 1, then 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets until we've made a total of 16. So right here, this is that round that we're making. So there's a total of 8, and each 8 there are 2 double crochets. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. So that's what we're doing. So that chain 3 is counting as a double crochet. So you're going to yarn over and place another double crochet into that magic ring. So now we've got 2 double crochets. Chain 1 and place 2 double crochets. Chain 1, so that's 4. You're going to place 2 more double crochets and chain 1. 2 double crochets and a chain of 1. So continue doing this until you've got a total of 16 double crochets or 8 pairs of double crochets around. I've made my way around and I've got 16 double crochets. So I'm going to chain 1 after finishing my 16th double crochet and then close my magic ring. And then on top of that first chain 3 that we made, so 1, 2, and 3, I'll go in there and slip stitch, join the round, chain 1, grab my scissors and cut off that yarn. So we are done with the first round. And it's not a perfect circle because of those little chain ones that we've been making. So now to start round 2. If you want, you can weave in your ends as you go. Personally, I'd rather do that at the end because I'm not a fan. So now off to round 2. So I'm using this mustard yellow. You can use whatever color you want. I also did another one in pink. So really, you can use whatever color you want. I personally prefer this to this, but each to their own. So with a new color, that's assuming you want to do different colors. With your new color, you're just going to find any chain 1 space around. So, and connect. So I'm just going to start with that. And slip that yarn and I will chain 3. So as I go, I prefer to just work over that tail because it minimizes having to weave in ends. So in chain round 2, we're working puff stitches. So this chain 2, 3 that we made will count as our first. So we're going to have to work 3 more puff stitches. So to work a puff stitch, you're just going to yarn over, insert your hook, and pull through. So that would be the second. I'll count that as the second because that chain 3 would be our first. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through. That's our third. Yarn over, insert your hook, and pull through. That would be our fourth. Now you're just going to yarn over and pull through all the stitches and chain 1 to complete. And we'll be placing a total of 2 in each chain space. So we're going to do that one more time. So yarn over, pull through. That's 1. Yarn over and pull through. That would be 2. Yarn over, pull through. 3. Yarn over and pull through. And that's 4. Yarn over, pull through everything and chain 1. And as I'm doing that, I'm working over my tail. Now into that next chain space, we're just going to repeat what we did. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through everything, and chain 1. So I'll do that with you one more time, and I'm still working over that tail. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. That's 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all stitches, all loops, and chain 1. So we're doing this in all the holes that we made. So at the end, we're going to have a total of 16 puff stitches. So far, we've got 2 and 4. So continue doing that all the way around, and I'll meet you at your last chain 1 space. So I'm at the end. I've already made my chain stitch. And remember that chain 3 that we started with? You're just going to go on top of that and slip stitch. And chain your 1. Grab scissors and cut that stitch. Just like so. And so far round 2, this is what we're looking like. So you can already see it's starting to come together. It's like starting to look so nice. And yeah, so now going back to our main color, that's assuming you're using 2 colors like I'm doing. Going back to our main color, and you will join at any corner, just like so. So with the new color, you're gonna connect, and we begin by making a chain of 3. So the chain 3 will count as a stitch, and we'll be working over our tail as we go. So the next one is we're working incomplete double crochets. So it's this round right here, and every row is comprising of 4 incomplete double crochets. So that chain 1 has counted as our double crochet. So yarn over and into that same stitch where that chain 2 is coming from. Set your hook, loop that in, yarn over and pull through 2. So that's 2, yarn over, and pull through 2, 3, and we've got 1 more, and that's 4. Now you're gonna yarn over and pull through all the loops. And after you've done that, you're gonna chain 1 and go on to the next space. So we're just working between the puff stitches. And we're gonna have a total of 16 clusters of double crochet. So you're yarning over into that space, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2. So that's 2, 3, and 1 more. Yarn over, pull through everything, chain 1. And still working over that tail. Yarn over and pull through 2. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. Yarn over, pull through everything, chain 1. And we're doing this all around into it. You're doing this between all the puff stitches, puff stitches. At the end, you should have a total of 16. So we've done 3 and we've got 6. You want to work around until you've got a total of 16. So now at the end, if you remember that, I've already made my chain 1, by the way. Remember that chain 3 that we started with? You're just going to slip stitch that at the top, make your chain 1, and cut off that yarn. And so far, this is what we have. Now in the next one, we're not going to start to form the corners so that it can actually start to look like a granny square. So you're going to find any chain space. I'm just going to start there and connect your yarn. And we'll start by making a chain 4. So this chain 4 is going to count as a treble crochet. So we're going to make a total of 3 treble crochets in there. So yarn over twice, just like I've done. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And we've got one more to make. So yarn over twice, insert through there, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And now you're just going to place 3 double crochets in the chain 1 spaces between. So that's 1. I'm working over my tail, as you can see. That's 2, and that's 3. So we're going to be working 3, and then a corner, 3, and then a corner. By 3, I meant 3 clusters of double crochets. So this is our second. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So second cluster of double crochets. And into that next chain space, 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to be working a corner. So yarn over twice, right in there. We'll make 3 treble crochets. Chain 2, and 3 more treble crochets into that same space. Just like so. And then we're going to work 3 more clusters of double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and then another corner. So into that next chain space, work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then into that next chain space, 3 double crochets. And into the next chain space, your last set of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then into that next one, we're working another corner. So we're doing 3 treble crochets, chain 2, and 3 treble crochets into that same corner. And you're going to do that going all the way around. And I'll meet you when you're back, when you're at the very last chain 1 space. So I've made my work all the way around. And it's time to finish off that half corner that we did. So yarn over twice into that chain space. Make your first treble. Yarn over twice. Make a second treble. Yarn over twice and your third. And then chain 2 and slip stitch at the top of that chain 4 that we did. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So into there, slip stitch to finish the row, and then chain 1. And there we go, just like that. And we have officially started to form our corner, as you can see. And now we've got one more round, and then we're done with our granny square. So to begin the final round, you're going to find any corner. I'm just going to start from here and connect your yarn. And start with the chain 3. So chain 3 will count as a double crochet. So we're going to start by making a corner. So that chain 3 is a double crochet. We'll place 2 more double crochets in there. And then chain 2 and place 3 more double crochets in there. So we have just made our first corner. And then from here on, we're just going to be working between the double crochets or the clusters So after we placed our double crochet in that corner, and there's that 3 trebles. So between that, we're working 3 double crochets, and then between the previous 3 double crochets, we're working 3 double crochets, and so on and so forth. So yarn over, working over that too, and place 3 clusters of double crochets. Yarn over, find your next space, place 3 clusters of double crochets. Yarn over, find your next space, and place 3 clusters of double crochets. Yarn over, next chain space, 3 clusters of double crochets, and 3. Now next is the corner, so we're going to work another corner. That's 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and into there 3 more clusters. 1, 2, and 3. So just like that, we made another corner, and that's what you're doing. So you're gonna find that on the sides you're gonna have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters of double crochets before a corner, and so on and so forth. So go all the way around, and I'll meet you guys at the end so that we can finish the round together. So after you're done with your last 3 double crochets, you're gonna find that first chain 3 space, chain 3 that you made. So 1, 2, and 3, and on top of that, you're just going to slip stitch to join and chain 1. Cut off that yarn and pull it through, and you're done. You're done. So now let's just weave in the ends. So grab your yarn needle and set your yarn through. Oh, let's do that again. There we go. And you're just gonna weave it in, just like so. Or you can just yarn, you can weave in your ends in the best way that you know possible. Maybe my way is not the neatest, you know. So weave it in the best way you know how. And I just like to pull onto that yarn and snip, just like so. So we also have these sticking out at the end. So these ones are the ones that we were working over. So I just like to pull on those and cut off, as well as this. And the one from that magic ring. So this one right here, and I'm just going to pull onto that magic ring so it closes nice. And put your yarn into your needle. So keep in mind my weaving in is not the neatest, as you can see. That's what I'm saying. Weaving in the best way you know how. And so let me just get rid of this. Well, so for that magic ring strand that we used, I just like to go through the stitches around it. Just like I'm doing. And then I like to pull onto that as well. Cut off that one and straighten things out. Just like that. And that's the right side of my granny square. So I don't have the granny square blockers. I really need to invest in some. But otherwise, if you want to block your granny square, do so. I don't think I'll be blocking mine. But so far, this is what we have, and we are all finished. So if you like the video, please subscribe if you haven't, and like the video. And I'll see you next time. And I've got a project that I want to use to make this. So you want to make sure you subscribe so that we can make it together.